All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Robert Smirking Gun Reviews, and I am going to try again to review Patriot. The first time I tried to review episode 1 of season 1, and it was there's just so much going on. I can't do it justice on the way that I do my videos right now with my more spontaneous, off the cuff, straight from the episode reaction time. There's just way too much going on to do an episode to episode thing without going in more in depth, having a real script, and with the kind of technology I still have going, I just can't give this show the time that it needs to really talk about it. And in better detail, with better quality. That's how much I like this show. So I'm just gonna do a season 1 review, mostly without spoilers, because season 2 comes out in just a few hours. And I can't talk enough about how awesome this show is, how much I love it, and how much I think everybody that watches my channel should be watching this incredible show on Amazon. It came out a while ago. It really isn't talked about by anyone. I am the only one that I know that watches this show. And when I had forgotten completely about it until season 2 was announced. And now that I've rewatched it, I love it even more than the first time I watched it. The second time I watched it with my dad, and he and I just had a blast with this show. It's another one of those shows that isn't just one thing. At its heart, you could say it's a spy show, but it's just so much more than that. So David, gosh, I can't quite remember his name. He makes me think of Jamie Dornan. He's not though. He's our main character, John. His dad is played by the great Terry O'Quinn. His name is Tom. He is like the head of the intelligence community in America right now. His brother is Edward. He is played by Michael Chernus, who's been in Easy. He's been on Orange is the New Black. He's been on Spider-Man Homecoming. He's been in a bunch of things. You've got Kurtwood Smith, who is incredible in this show as Leslie Claret, a very complicated man who works in piping. That's all I want to say about him. He's got a really dark past. He's got a really troubled past. He's an amazing character. Kurtwood Smith gives the performance of his career in the show. If you liked him as Red, you will on that 70s show, you will love him in this. Again, as well as Terry O'Quinn is brilliant in this. Everybody does a great job. Who else is in this? Gil Bellows from The Shawshank Redemption and Ally McBeal. He produces this and is a co-star in it. He is really weird. All the acting in this is fantastic. There's I don't know everybody's names, actors' names, but all the actors in this are just incredible. It's 10 episodes, and it is a spy show. It is funny. It is serious, it is tense, it is complex. You really got to pay attention when you're watching this, because there's a lot of recurring themes, a lot of recurring motifs, a lot of things converging. Like things build up and all kind of converge on each other. Repeating themes, you'll hear things like getting things to A to B, circles, and things that don't occur in nature. All these things that they talk about are things that are brought up in the show that have to do with what's going on with these characters. Put it simply though, John is supposed to bring this money, well, he's supposed to infiltrate a Milwaukee-based piping company because they do business in Luxembourg, which is, in this show, I don't know if it's true, is the money laundering capital of the world. And so he has to infiltrate this group, this company, so that he can be part of their travel team, so that he can, it's like a cover to get over there so that he can take this money and give it to a certain person who will in turn give it to this person in Iran that they're trying to set up as a leader of the government, the president, a new president of Iran, so that it keeps Iran from having nuclear capabilities, because the person who's winning in Iran right now is on the cusp of giving them nuclear arms. Terry O'Quinn's character, who plays Tom, is John's dad and sends him to this whole thing in motion to stop this. And so all it really is John is supposed to get this money from A to B. And it's how A to B is never that simple, and how just moving in a straight line as a person, as a job, as everything, it is not always that simple. And in this show, it becomes incredibly complex. This is told in a lot of non-linear ways, so you really have to pay attention to what's going on, because you will be going back and forth through time as it's important to the story to let you know what's going on. It's got great music. It's got a great soundtrack. It has the best use of the Beastie Boys' Root Down from Ill Communication I've ever heard, and most satisfying. When it's funny, it's hilarious. Mark Boone Jr., they just had him on the screen, who most people know from Sons of Anarchy, gives a incredible little performance in this as a folk singer. And that's another big part of this, is folk singing. The main character, he sings folk music, but unfortunately for him, what happens is he tends to sing folk music that tell the jobs that he's been doing for the intelligence community. So it becomes problematic when you're revealing secrets through your songs. John is a very complex guy, very soft and very good. He's a very nice person who's doing awful things to help his father out. Kind of family duty, and even over country. And these things are pretty much slowly stressing him out to the point of, like, he doesn't care if he lives or dies. He's done things that he just doesn't want to live with, doesn't know if he can live with. He rides his bike in the middle of the night through traffic, not caring if he gets hit by a car. He's very sad. And I feel like if I talk any more about it, it's just going to get more as complicated as it did when I was trying to review episode 1. So all I'm really going to do, because I am going to review every episode of season 2. Come hell or high water, I'm going to do it. And maybe when I get done with, season 2, I'll figure out a way to go back and review season 1. But if you have not seen season 1 of this show, you're doing yourself a disservice. Even if you come out and you go, fuck you, Rob, I hated that show. You gave it a chance. Because there's not a lot of shows like this. If you're looking for something different in the spy world and in the government espionage world, as far as shows go, where Jack Ryan was a bland kind of procedural with a couple of really good performances from John Krasinski and the other guy who played his partner, who I can now all of a sudden can't remember his name. This is a way more introspective, heartfelt, surreal, funny, sad, it's all over the place. It's not tonally all over the place, but it's telling a very unique story about the intelligence community that really hasn't been told before. And it's just it's a great character study in a lot of different things. And you don't 100% agree with what is going on in this at all. All these people are pretty flawed and have things that you like and things that you don't like. And you will be challenged a lot of times probably in how you feel about the characters from any given situation. Now, you might be one of those people who watches this and then says, I didn't care about anything. I just had one opinion. Well, then that's just you. I happen to have a lot of differing views on the characters of this show, depending on what's going on and what they're confronted with. So anyway, I'm only doing this, again, to just get people to watch this show. It is so freaking great. Seeing as how I was so disappointed with Man in the High Castle, season 3, and how disappointed I kind of was with even Daredevil at times this year. I've been disappointed a lot in TV this year, in this last half of the year. Walking Dead has been disappointing as far as, but that's another thing. Like it's nice to be able to go back and watch something that I really liked. Now, hopefully season 2 picks up right where this left off and doesn't miss a beat. But again, watch this show. I'm telling you, this gets my stamp of approval. It is, it has so much to it that I just love. So anyway, if you liked this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Otherwise, this is Robert Smirking Gun Reviews saying season 1 is on Amazon Prime. Season 2 is about to come out in just a couple of hours. And we will see you on the next video. Have a great night. Bye. And I can't hit the button. So, hi. Bye.